Oh, that's a stupid intro. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me yet again for another video. So today we're installing something on the GTI in the interior that's going to really change the way it looks. As you guys know, I had the EuroImpulse shift knob on there. I removed it because it was completely aluminum, and in the summertime it was extremely hot to the touch, and in the wintertime is when it got bad with the frostbite. So I definitely did not want that with my next shift knob. Now I knew that I wanted to go weighted because I just liked how the throw is better, and it just looks a lot better in the car. It looks a little bit more aggressive. It looks like you're actually doing something, and you know, kind of makes it a little bit notchier, but it helps to get it in the gears. The one I went with is the, let's see, BFI GS2 weighted shift knob, Russo Centaurus leather. So this one is full aluminum, but it has the leather wrap in red that actually is going to complement the car very well. And also, it's just, you know, it's going to help me to prevent the frostbite. Let's make this nice and simple. Let's go back to the car. There are plenty of DIYs out there, but I'm going to show you how I did it. As you may know, if you've been following the channel, after I removed the EuroImpulse one, I actually put my stock one back on with a modification so it can fit a lot lower. Now, I love the height that it's at right now, so I'm going to show you guys how to modify the height on the BFI to make sure that it's to your liking. Some people like a little bit shorter of a shifter. Sometimes people like it a little bit longer. They say size don't matter, but it does, okay? So I'm actually going to go ahead and remove the stock one that I put on. I actually, you know, obviously I've done modifications to this already, so the leather boot is actually taken off already, and the shifter is already kind of unbuckled from where it is. So if you guys need some suggestions, or you want to know how to remove the stock shifter itself, I'll put a link up here to my other EuroImpulse video where I show you how to actually remove this. Now, I'm going to install this obviously after it's already been loosened up. So let me take this off, and we'll get to the rest of it. So let's see what's in the box. You get the shift knob, which is leather wrapped up here, just like I said. It's actually, you know, it feels pretty comfortable. It's actually probably a little bit lighter than my EuroImpulse one. This one's supposed to be somewhere mid 200 grams. It also comes with the attachment already on it. This is what's going to fit into your shifter. Now, I'm actually going to leave this on, which is a little bit different than what Paul did in his video at Deutsch Auto Parts, because I want to set the height of this from the beginning. So you get the shift knob. You also get a small baggie of a coin, which you can actually get one that has the gears on it. You get a zip tie, which is like a heavy-duty small zip tie, and then you get a few screws also in here. So the screws are actually what we're going to use first. Now, I know that Paul at ShopDap actually advises to do this thing not in the car, but I suggest that if you do this in the car, make sure that you don't drop these little screws, just because obviously it's going to be a pain later on. So I'm actually just going to take everything out of the packaging, including the screws, because that's actually what we're going to use first. Now, they provide a little Allen key, so that way you can get these set screws in the shift knob. Put each of these little screws in its respective place. We're only going to set them in there. We're not going to tighten them down all the way. Obviously, do this over your seat if you're going to do it in the car. Guys, you don't want to be losing these screws because they're a pain later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert them like that. Make sure that the hole is still nice and leveled, that the screws aren't coming through, because otherwise you're going to have a hard time setting this in the shifter itself. All right, so next step is actually to get this through the shift boot. So we're going to slide this in, drop that in there, and then slide it out the bottom just like this. And then what you want to do with the zip tie is actually just zip tie it right in here. So make sure that you flip this over the the zip tie they give you, you have to flip it backwards. So it's something like this. And then that way, it'll actually tighten up to where it needs to go. That is pretty much as tight as it's gonna get. Now we have the leather boot on this. Let's get back up to the shifter and get this installed. Leather boot inserted. Well, let's put this in the correct orientation. And then what I like to do is, I like to have it somewhat at the lowest setting. So I'm actually gonna just slide this through. If you want it at the lowest setting, just let it drop all the way. If you want it a little bit higher, you can adjust this just like that. But this is why you want to make sure you leave the shift knob on the actual piece, because otherwise you don't know how high or how low you have to, you know, sort of leave this. So make sure that you guys do that, and then you can set it to the proper height that you want. And then the next thing you want to do is pretty much one of the things. So I'm actually not going to put it at the lowest setting. I'm going to put it at a little bit higher than the lowest setting. I'm going to tighten one in and then move around and get the rest of them tightened up here. Torque this down with the shorter bar, so that way you have a little bit more leverage when it comes to tightening this up. Alright, so once these are all torqued down correctly, go ahead and put your shift boot down, pop it back in place, slide the boot down inwards, and make sure this is completely tight before you try to put on your coin. Now the last step to this is just to remove the backing on the coin. And then we're going to set the coin on here, making sure that your orientation is completely perfect. Alright, so check this out. I was just talking about orientation. Yeah, I completely set that backwards. Alright guys, so let's get on the road and see how this shift knob is compared to the stock one. Right from the beginning, guys, I can tell that this is going to be a very comfortable thing. There's a reason why these things are the way they are. I actually got this on sale through, I believe it was ECS Tuning. I was going to order from Deutsch Auto, but they don't seem to have all the colors. I was gonna order from Deutsch Auto, but they don't seem to have all the colors, and this is the one that I actually like the most because it just complemented the interior of the car very well, and it looked like it went with it. So yeah, right now it's definitely a little bit notchier. Now I'm curious, guys, do you guys watch my videos early in the morning drinking some coffee? Because today I'm like missing out on coffee, man. I always have my coffee in the morning, and wow, this feels awesome. Sorry. This actually feels really good. Surprised, because it is, you know, BFI. These shift knobs have been very popular in the Mark 7 scene, and I was dying to get one of them. So what I did was I sold the EuroImpulse, used some of that money back to purchase this one. The shifts are nice and short. Using the shift knob, I think it's probably because I obviously dropped it down a little bit. I'd have to see how it is as far as, you know, when it's cold, getting into first gear, because I know that was an issue for me when I installed the EuroImpulse one. But, I mean, other than that, guys, this feels awesome. It's a great little mod. I think this is probably my favorite out of all of them. A lot of people do the black and red. Even though that looks good too, I think this one just kind of makes it stand out that much more. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that little DIY video. See you in the next one. Peace out.